Ready for our first game of the day. As you probably heard, the horn has sound, so we'll get into our first games. Our first game, of course, of the day in the lower bracket, and we'll start off with MVP Phoenix. Now, they've had the man who said it all, and he's roared it all as well. Here's March.
When did you all arrive?
2 days ago.
Okay, and what have you been doing since you got here?
Just playing Dota,
Yeah.
practicing, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what the practice sessions have been like for your team leading up to the international.
We're actually in a kind of bad region where we got a delay playing against Chinese or C teams. So we spend a lot of time playing against our brother team, MVP Hot Six. Oh. We scrimmed a bunch of games and then some fair amount of games against Chinese teams as well, yeah.
That's interesting you bring that up because that's something I find fascinating. Gaming is huge in South Korea, but Dota, not so much.
Not really.
What made you decide to play Dota?
Well, I used to live in Canada, and then so it was big. Dota was big, and then
right.
and then I was into Dota. I was playing competitive, and then I finished my school, so I had to go back to Korea. And when I went back, I figured out there's going to be a Dota team, so I joined up, and then here I am.
Well, and you've been, from what I understand, you've been a true leader of bringing Dota to the masses. You've really taken on a leadership role. Why has that been so important to you?
Well, it's a game I love, and then I just wish it could be big in Korea. So I know last year when we first made it to the TI for the wildcard, the number of the people playing Dota increased a lot. So if I do well in TI, and then I guess it means there will be more people interested in Dota, and then hopefully more teams. So Dota is much more competitive in Korea, and then there will be more people playing, and then South Korean Dota will be strong. I hope that happens.
What would you say are your strongest aspects for your team? What are you strongest at?
We're strongest at having kind of no fear. Like our team usually plays better at the tournament settings than the scrims. There will be teams that will never win against in scrims, but will actually beat them in tournaments and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I think that's was the strongest aspect of our team.
What's it like when you know that you have an extra step ahead of you? A lot of the teams are here and they're getting settled in and they're setting their sights on the main stage already, but obviously you have one more playoff between you and the main stage. Do you think that will actually help and give you more momentum for the rest of the tournament if you win, or is that going to be a challenge because you'll be tired?
I don't think it will be a challenge or anything. If I'm good enough to make it top 8, then wild card, I should be going through it with no problem.